AMF presents The Bob Hope Special, starring, in a rare television appearance, Ingrid Bergman with Ray Milland. And Shirley Jones. And Les Brown and his band of renown. And now, here is the star of our show, Bob Hope.
Here I am again in the flesh, as they say at Cosmopolitan. No, this is our second show for AMF. That's the way it is with people who are that big in bowling. They figure everybody's entitled to 2 shots. AMF makes products for industry and leisure, machinery, computers, appliances, sports equipment, motorcycles. It's the first company I've ever seen that outproduces Crosby. Now, this is Academy Award night, or as it's known in my house, Passover. I don't mind not getting an Oscar, but this year I finished 27 votes behind Willard the Rat. Yes, sir. The Academy Awards are over, and I'm glad. Now we can get back to the important things, like, will Snoopy ever finish War and Peace? No, I'm sorry, I missed the 2-hour show. I was in the washroom watching an Alka-Seltzer fifth. My favorite actor didn't win. Heck, he wasn't even nominated. But I'm not worried. These days in Hollywood, it isn't whether you win or lose that counts, but whether you can still get work with your clothes on. No, I didn't appear at the Academy Awards this year because of a conflict. Abby Rentz complained that the tears were shrinking the dickies. So since I'm not there to talk to the winners in person, I'll have to do the next best thing. Wait till I get home to make those obscene phone calls. Hey, I want to tell you, by the way, this show tonight almost didn't get on the air. You know how Congress is trying to cut down on violence? We had to cut the fight scene between me and my makeup man. No, there's quite a bit of violence on TV. In a show that I saw the other night, 3 guys got beat to death, another strangled, and an old lady tossed down an elevator shaft. And it was a comedy. The senators even attacked the commercials. Personally, I think television commercials have good sense. I mean, when you're sick and want to know what medicine to take, who's better qualified to tell you than Lee Trevino? And the no violence edict has affected everything on television. Now, in the Raid commercials, they spray the flies with chicken fat and they die happily of cholesterol. Actually, there's some violence I'd like to see on television. I mean, just once, wouldn't you like to see the man from Glad stuff Mrs. Olsen into a baggie? Or have Josephine the plumber lift up a toilet tank and drown that little guy in the rowboat? And wouldn't it be great if the herd of bulls stampeded over Marilyn Lynch? Can you imagine President Nixon putting John Connally in charge of keeping prices down? Putting a Texan in charge of low prices is like asking Evel Knievel to park your car. Food prices are so high, it's cheaper to eat money. These days, the answer to who made it a salad is the Bank of America. Prices have gone up so much, there's a supermarket near us that rents meat. Families that used to feed the dog the leftovers are now fighting him for Alpo. Restaurants are substituting cheaper cuts of meat. The other night I ordered a steak and I got the part of the bull the matador never sees. I know you saw this month's issue of Cosmopolitan. If you were there early. Because they had a picture of Burt Reynolds in there trying to catch a cold. Burt Reynolds, or as he's known in beauty shops all across the country, Mr. April. One newsstand on Hollywood Boulevard sold out in 15 minutes. And women liked it, too. Have you seen the picture? Big deal. He looks like any other loser in Las Vegas. And man, is he hairy. He looks like a commercial for Planet of the Apes. He looks like his nair backfired. You see all that hair? You couldn't tell whether it was a nude centerfold or an ad for Fruit of the Loom. Tonight we're in Washington, D.C. in order that we might welcome to our show a very special lady. She is currently appearing here at Kennedy Center in Shaw's Captain Brassbound's Conversion, in which she dazzled the critics and the audience. She's one of the great ladies of our business, and we're delighted to bring her to you now, the very lovely and exciting Ingrid Bergman. Those are your people.
Well, thank you, Bob. That was a very beautiful introduction.
Well, to fit you, it would have to be. It's really an honor to have you on the show, Ingrid.
Well, I'm delighted to be here. After all, this is the top comedy show in television, isn't it?
Well, we like to think so.
Well, when do I get to meet Flip Wilson?
Now I know how Yorty felt in Florida.
I was just teasing, Bob. Just trying to get a laugh.
Well, don't overdo it. One thing they don't need here in Washington is another comedian.
By the way, Bob, I want to thank you for coming here to Washington so we could do this.
Well, I'm glad I did it. Give me a chance to see you in Captain Brassbound's Conversion. Your appearance here is the biggest event in our nation's capital since Martha switched to a Prince's phone.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be received with open arms in Washington.
Ingrid, we're really thrilled to have you on the show because you rarely appear on television.
Well, that's true, Bob. I'm a bit wary of a medium where a man becomes a star by saying, "Try it, you'll like it."
Yeah, but there's a lot of TV worth watching.
I agree. I just love The Late Show.
Oh, why is that?
Where else could I be 22 for 32 years?
Oh, I think that's very gracious of you, Ingrid, and very brave.
Well, why pretend, Bob? I think it's ridiculous and childish to lie about one's age, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm 44, and I admit it.
You don't look 45.
Boy, we got to have another rehearsal, I'll tell you. Let's leave that hang right in there and hurry along.
Bob, how do you manage to always look so marvelous?
Well, it's my hair. It's prematurely brown. Ingrid, this is Academy Award night. It must bring back a lot of memories, huh?
Yes, it certainly does, Bob. It is a marvelous feeling to be recognized by your fellow actors. Well, you know how it is.
Sure, my psychiatrist explained it to me.
God. You won an Oscar for, well, you weren't you nominated for, well, you should have won for...
Actually, the Academy gave me an honorary Oscar.
What for?
Well, I don't like to think about it. All I know is they gave it to me in a year I didn't make a picture. How many Oscars have you won, Ingrid?
Only 2.
Only 2. Have you considered another line of work? That's amazing, Ingrid. Here I am standing next to a double Oscar winner, and I don't have my usual reaction.
And what is that?
I don't hate you.
I am glad, Bob, because I have a great admiration for you.
You mean that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course. No one does what you do better than you do.
Last time someone talked to me like this, I wound up owning a delicatessen in Cairo. Now, forgive me for gushing, but you know, you've always been a secret passion of mine. I've seen all your pictures, and I've loved you in every one of them.
I was very fortunate to have all the great leading men.
Almost all.
Or did I leave out someone?
Well, keep thinking. The name will bob up, I hope.
Oh, of course. How could I have forgotten? Standing right here beside you. Isn't that ridiculous? I left out Bing Crosby in The Bells of St. Mary's. Oh, he gave such a great performance.
He sure did. How a man with all those kids can play a priest, I'll never know.
You know, I'd like to make a picture with you, Bob. I've always had a crush on you.
What? Well, the doctor said this might happen. But I didn't believe him. Excuse me, I thought you said...
I did. I've always had a crush on you. Want me to say it again?
No more for me. I'm driving. Thank you, Ingrid Bergman. There you are.
What is the secret of winning the penultimate of the motion picture screen, an Academy Award Oscar? Is it devilish good looks? Is it charisma, a dynamic personality? Is it worldwide popular appeal? Is it superlative acting talent? It's all this and more. It takes a part worthy of this dazzling thespian genius.
Right on, Frank.
So tonight, this superb actor, at long last, has a role commensurate with his incredible gifts as we present Bob Hope and Shirley Jones in the spine-tingling, emotion-packed drama Romeo and Juliet, or And So They Were Married. Romeo and Juliet have been married a year now, and once again they've taken the poison. It is now 2 hours later.
Feel anything?
A little heartburn.
No wonder. I send you on one simple errand. Go to the drugstore, I said, and get some poison. What do you bring back? Penicillin. Not only didn't kill us, it cured my sinus trouble.
Well, you want me to call Hemlock Delight? They deliver.
Forget it. You've ruined the whole evening. Why were you so late getting home tonight?
Well, you know the Appian Way during the rush hour? 2 million chariot drivers in Rome, and I had to get Charlton Heston.
Sure you did. How did it go at the arena today?
Oh, I had a rough day at the Coliseum, I want to tell you. It was a rough day. Christians 12, Lions nothing. Shall I put it in your room?
Oh, what do I want that thing for?
Well, you're always complaining you miss your mother. Well, I'll keep it. Maybe someday I'll start a movie studio and I can use it for my trademark. How about dinner?
I'll go see about it.
Oh, alas, poor Yorick. I warned him not to play tennis with Spiro. Yuck, yuck, yuck. By the time I get to Venice, she'll be water skiing. Oh, that Glenn Campbell's so jealous. Coming here. Yes?
Buy some cookies, senor?
Cookies? What for?
For a girls' club.
And what's your little club called?
The Mafia.
There you are. I can't take chances. The last time I turned her down, my pizza exploded. Hell, maybe I'll rustle up a little blast here. I didn't know Mogan and David were fighting. You gotta get loaded before you can drink out of this thing.
Dinner will be ready in a minute. Well, you have your choice. You can have ground goat's horn, toad burgers, and if you're not sensitive, pig's knuckles.
That's what I like about you. You put so much of yourself in your cookie.
While we're waiting for dinner, isn't there something you've forgotten?
You want me to feed the guppies?
I want you to kiss me, idiot.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? There, that should last you.
It will have to. The milkman won't be here till morning. I don't know why I married you.
Oh, you know why. You know why. You were already 14 years old, and your parents were afraid you'd be an old maid.
Wrong. My folks wanted me to marry you because they thought you were born to the purple. They didn't know that your feet were that way from crushing grapes. Romeo, why don't you act like you did before we were married?
Well, what do you want me to do?
Well, you used to climb the balcony every night and make mad, passionate love to me.
Yeah, well, that was before your father put up the sign.
What sign?
No smoking in the balcony.
How you've changed. Before we were married, well, you used to cast a spell over me.
Yes, I know. Well, later, huh?
Oh, Romeo, take me in your arms. Bewitch me.
I'm busy now. I'll be with you in a minute.
Oh, you just don't love me anymore.
How can you say that? I even wrote a sonnet about you.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Well, I bought you this disposal, didn't I? There you are. Everywhere you go, pollution freaks.
We used to be the world's greatest lovers.
Yeah, that was before you bought that ridiculous waterbed.
What's that got to do with it?
How'd you like to wake up at the night and your kneecaps had white caps?
Why have you cooled towards me?
Well, if you must know, you've changed. You've let yourself go. When I married you, you were 14. Look at you now, 15.
Well, as long as we're being honest, there are two things I don't like about you. First, it's that ridiculous name, Romeo. Why couldn't they name you Sam or Herman like the rest of the boys?
What's in a name? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
That brings me to the second thing.
Don't blame me. So far, all they've invented is left guard.
What kind of a husband are you anyway? You never buy me anything.
How can you say that? Didn't I buy you that beautiful velvet hat with a feather in it?
Yeah, but now you're wearing it. I can't live on the allowance you give me.
I give you 40 lire a week.
Mrs. Cellini upstairs gets 50 from her husband.
Oh, Mrs. Cellini, I'd give her 50 myself.
So that's it. Another woman.
Of course not.
Are you sure?
Well, for a while there, I thought there was another woman, but it turned out to be the full-length mirror in the hall. I tried to date myself 3 times last week.
You never did have any taste. Well, I give up. I'm leaving.
Again? Well, you've walked out more times than George Meany. Why, tell me, why have you been needling me all day?
You don't even know what day this is.
Well, let me think. Opening day of the Paris peace talks?
It's our wedding anniversary.
Well, I was close. Wait a minute, hold it. You can't take these. These are mine.
Yours?
They're mine. You want me to have chap tips?
That proves it. You don't love me. I'm going to drink that poison and go to a far better world.
Oh no. But wait, I'll get my glass and go with you. You are? Ladies first?
You first. You're the man.
The man. What's all this talk about equal rights? You first. There may be something to this woman's lib after all. One of my all-time favorite movies is The Lost Weekend, which won the Oscar for Best Picture of 1945 and also won the Best Actor Award for Ray Milland for his brilliant and moving portrayal of a man whose life was ruined by alcohol. The picture was a shocker for its time. But these days, drinking is such a minor vice you could never get a screen epic out of it. So today, Lost Weekend would go something like this.
Hi there. I'm Ray Brannigan. I'm a writer, and a good one. I've everything going for me. I could be a big success, like Clifford Irving. Except for this terrible affliction that's ruining my whole life. I'm addicted to girls. All I ever think about is girls. Tall girls, short girls. I'm a hopeless girl-aholic. I didn't realize how far gone I was until I begged Ruth Buzzy for a date. I tried everything to break the habit. Booze, cigarettes, even tried shock therapy. Life-size pinup of Tony Fields. There's no use. No matter what I do, I can't keep my mind off girls. And I can't write anymore either. Listen to this. Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of Raquel Welch, Liz Taylor, and Ann Margaret. But I have one last hope. An organization called Girlaholics Anonymous. And when you get an overpowering urge to see a girl, you call them. And they send a guy over to talk you out of it. I'm so desperate, I've got to call him right now. It's my last chance. Hello, Girlaholics Anonymous. This is Ray Brannigan. 187 Clifton Drive. I need help. Send someone over right away.
Hi, I'm from Girlaholics Anonymous.
What kept you so long?
I got an emergency call from Burt Reynolds.
Well, never mind him.
Very sad case.
Yeah. Well, never mind him. You've got to help me before it's too late. You've got to. Thanks. I didn't need that.
Can't help it. I love to slap Oscar winners.
Well, anyway, I'm glad you're here. I got to get girls off my mind.
Now relax, will you? In just a minute, I'll make you forget all about gorgeous women with their beautiful legs and gorgeous bods and luscious lips.
Please, please.
That's just a little joke to get your mind off you know what.
I know what. I just don't know who or where. Wait a minute. I think I got a little something stashed away.
Wait. Forget it, will you? Forget it. Come over here. Sit down. I just want to ask you a few questions to fill out your case history. Now, when did you first become attracted to women?
Well, it was in a hospital. In the crib next to me was a little blonde baby, a girl. And she smiled at me. I thought it was love. Didn't find out until later that it was gas.
First meeting with a girl is a gas, huh? Sounds like the Truman Capote syndrome. When was the last time you had a date?
Who can remember? It was over an hour ago.
Now, wait, steady.
Nurses, governesses, girl guides, school teachers, sales girls, waitresses, chorus girls. Hey, you think I'm a wolf?
I think you're a pig.
The last time I quit, I was off for 6 months. I had it licked. Then I made one mistake. I thought I could try just one little blonde, you know? Well, that led to a brunette, and from that to a redhead, and there's no way back from redheads. Oh, how I wish I hadn't been born attractive to women.
Ah, be brave. It's just something we have to live with. Look, you're going to beat this thing. The best thing you can do is forget all about girls.
What's the next best thing?
I know it's not easy, but you can do it. Remember those famous words. A woman's a two-faced, a worrisome thing who'll leave you to sing the blues in the night.
Who said that?
Johnny Carson. Now look, the way to forget about girls is to put everything that reminds you of girls out of your mind.
Well, that's a good idea, but how?
Just don't skirt the issue.
Skirt.
Think about a trip abroad.
Abroad.
Maybe just go with a bosom pal.
A pal.
That's nice skirting. Desperate situations call for desperate remedies. Now, this is a stubborn case. We'll have to try aversion therapy.
Aversion therapy? What's that?
Well, it's a subtle form of brainwashing. I neglected to bring my electric cattle prod, but fortunately, this may suffice right here. Come in. Back! Sit! On the paper. Now, take a good look at her. It's creatures like this that have changed you from a proud, self-respecting man to a spineless, sniveling, whimpering mass of jelly. You become a slave to this mad craving. And if you don't get this monkey off your back, you'll wind up on Skid Row, a hopeless piece of human flotsam. What do you say to that?
May I just bite the back of her neck? That's what I thought. What's the idea?
Aversion therapy. Every time a forbidden thought enters your mind, I'm going to whack it out.
Well, I'm strong. I can withstand temptation.
We'll see. Okay, Denise, sick 'em.
What are you hitting me for? Didn't move a muscle.
Yeah, but your eyeballs were doing the funky chicken. All right, Denise, throw the book at him.
I didn't do a thing. Why'd you hit me?
I'm just checking to see if you're still alive. Hey, I think he's cured.
Oh, bless you, sir. Bless you and thank you for spending time to help a lost soul.
Hey, he is cured. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, and thanks to you and your wonderful organization, I know now that I can make it.
Well, congratulations. Oh, that's great. Come, Denise.
I thought he'd never leave. Now, let me see. I think I put a little something away for moments like this.
Those sneaky ones. Look, there's no other way. Sorry, Ray, but I'm taking all these girls with me. All right, out. Gotta save you one way or another. I'm taking them with me. Go.
Oh, what a wonderful man. And what a noble and unselfish thing he has done. Oh, taking all those beautiful girls off my hands just to protect me from myself.
Hi, Mr. Brannigan.
Yeah.
How do you do? I'm from Girlaholics Anonymous.
You're from... You were from Girlaholics Anonymous?
That's right.
Well, who was that guy that just went out?
I don't know, but yours is the fourth complaint about him this week.
This is Hollywood's most glamorous night, the Academy Awards. And this is the home of the two people most likely to receive those precious Oscars, Hollywood's most glamorous couple, Richard Magnificent and Liz Luscious. And here is Richard Magnificent now.
This room is so dull and depressing tonight. If only there was some way to brighten it. Oh, of course. Yeah, that's better. Warms me all over. Oh, darling, there's barely time for a taste of the bubbly. You better hurry.
Coming, my pet. Is so dull and depressing tonight. If only there was some way to brighten it. Of course. That is much better.
Oh, good to see you again, darling. I'm looking well. How have you been?
Divine. It's been ages since I've seen you, Richard. Where are you living?
Well, here at our house. I'm in the north wing, you know.
Huh?
You still in the south wing?
Yes, it's lovely there this time of year. You know, I opened the windows this morning and it was just beautiful. The sunshine streaming in.
Sunshine? It's snowing at my end. How are things at your end?
I manage. I half expected you might drop by sometime to see your child.
I have a child?
Yes, born in August. Oh, I suppose I should have sent you a note.
A child? Interesting. What is it, a boy or an actress?
Looks like you. I guess it's a boy.
So I have a son. Imagine that. One day you miss Rona Barrett and look what happens.
Oh, must we attend this meaningless charade tonight? It is such a bore.
I know, but we have a responsibility to our fans. They so rarely get a chance to adore us.
But these Academy Awards are so ridiculous. They're just an archaic tribal rite that proves nothing.
Oh, true, but it is recognition by our peers.
Peers? Darling, we don't have any.
I know, but we should show up. After all, we were nominated.
Oh, were we?
Oh, of course. You for your magnificent performance as the neurotic meter maid in Wednesday, Bloody Thursday.
Yes, I was rather superb.
Yes, and me for my depraved teenager in The Clockwork Kumquat. Wasn't I convincing as a teenager?
Yes. Clever of you to get a makeup man from Lourdes.
Oh, you're deliciously witty. I may have to call my friends in the immigration department. Oh, I'm just joshing. You know I'd die without you. You're the most beautiful woman in Hollywood.
Oh, how sweet.
And you have been for so many years.
Bless you. That's quite a compliment, considering you started as Valentino's stand-in.
Tell me, do you really think I'll win?
How can you lose? You held me spellbound in Casablanca when you were notoriously indiscreet, standing in the gaslight as they played intermezzo.
I just want an opinion, not your credits. But tonight's your night. You're going to win. You're a giant among pygmies. They've got to recognize your talent.
Oh, talent has nothing to do with it. I know you're going to win.
Thank you, I think. No, my precious, you'll win. I want you to win with all my heart.
Do you really?
Look into my eyes. What do you see?
My eyelashes. Now, if you get the Oscar, what are you going to say?
Oh, I'll think of something. I'll ad-lib something. Whatever comes to mind, like friends, Romans, and countrymen.
Romans?
Yeah, I may win for The Godfather.
If I win, I'll keep it very short.
Oh, what will you say, dear?
I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to the one person whose faith in me never wavered, whose love and devotion sustained me through the dark hours, to the one person whose perspicacity and intelligence...
Oh, please, please. You're embarrassing me.
You? Well, I'm talking about my agent.
Some agent. He only signed you when he lost Lassie. Anyway, before we go, a good luck toast, huh? There you are.
There. To you.
Thank you.
May you get everything you deserve.
It doesn't matter. Win or lose, we'll still have each other.
You're so right, darling. Who needs Oscars? I hope neither of us wins.
Yes. No wonder she won 2 Oscars. Honey, my dear. Here we are, world.
I won. Oh, life is beautiful. The world is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I love you more than anything in the world. Where is Richard? Why isn't he here to share my happiness?
Can't believe I lost the whole thing.
Darling. What are you doing? That is my Oscar.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a Mickey Rooney doorstop. The garbage goes out in the morning. Make sure that's in it.
Could you? I know you're disappointed, but I thought you'd be happy for me.
Happy? I'm delirious. I can't tell you how thrilled I am that you stole an Oscar.
Stole? I deserve that Oscar. I worked for it.
You sure did. Phone calls, full-page ads in Variety, renting the Goodyear blimp. You sent out more memos than ITT.
That's not true. You can't get an Oscar that way.
You can't?
No, if you could, you'd have a garage full of them. Before we left tonight, you told me how talented I was. You said my acting was superb.
So what? This is an election year. You want to know the truth? You're a rank amateur. You're not fit to carry Doris Day's freckle cream.
Look who's talking. At your last premiere, the butter in the popcorn machine turned rancid.
You can't put me down. I have a diploma from the Actors Studio.
That was no diploma, that was a refund.
Oh, yes? If I can't act, how come I got that big part in Pigeons over Piccadilly?
Margaret Rutherford got sick.
Oh, my mother warned me about you. She said any woman who had kissed Cary Grant, Gregory Peck, Yul Brynner, and Humphrey Bogart would someday wind up sleeping with an Oscar.
Maybe if you weren't such a ham actor, you'd have one for a roommate, too.
I, a ham actor? You're calling I a ham? I, who have endured the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune? Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt.
It might if you tried Weight Watchers.
The Oscar Derby is a big fraud, I tell you. The only ones who win are the no-talents.
Your behavior at the Academy Awards tonight was disgraceful. Running up and down the aisles as they opened every envelope, shouting, me, me, me. utterly ridiculous.
You have the nerve to criticize my behavior, you with that maudlin acceptance speech. And I want to thank all the little people who helped me. Who helped you? Who was your supporting cast? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? You didn't even thank me.
Well, I got no help from Dobie.
Oh, that does it. That does it. I'm leaving. And I hope you'll be very happy with your stunted friend. And by the way, the Beacon's van lines will pick up my scrapbooks. Oh, yes, and if that's the Avon lady, I've changed my mind about the hormone cream.
Mr. Magnificent,
Yes?
I'm from the Academy.
The Academy? Those phonies, are they still in business?
Oh, very much so. They sent me here because George C. Scott refused his Oscar, and you are next in line. So this is for you.
Oh, well, really? For me? Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you. Thank you. I'd like to thank a lot of people, but I can't think of any. No, I'd like to thank the little people that helped me. You know, the grips and the camera crew and the lighting fellas and...
Excuse me, I have to get some Rolaids.
Congratulations. Now you have won and I have won. Isn't that wonderful?
It sure is. Tell me, do you really love me?
Of course, I'll do anything for you.
Oh, good. Then you'll give me your Oscar?
But why on earth do you want to?
I had my ears pierced. Les? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight for our Oscar evening. And our congratulations to the winners and the Academy for what is always one of the most exciting nights of the year. We'll be back Thursday night, the 27th of April, with a big special for Kraft. That's Thursday night, April 27th, right after the Flip and Geraldine hour. Thank you and good night.